All right, everybody, welcome to First Attack for the fourth and final installment of Guilty Gear. We've basically had an opportunity to go over a bunch of Guilty Gear mechanics and go over all the systems, and then 2 episodes of going over characters. And here we are, last episode. We've got 4 characters left. I'm James Chen.
And I'm Choysauce.
Yes, and your Twitter is Choysauce85.
Yeah, Choysauce85.
Right.
Like soy sauce, but with the CH, I guess. So, yeah, that's how I explain it.
Right. That makes sense. Makes sense. Oops. Oh, we're gonna have some heavy day background music here. But so basically, what Choi has done here, what Henry has done, is that he's actually gone through and grabbed like all of the characters and wrote up documents on them by talking to some of the experts out there.
Yeah, so just some of the character specialists I've recognized throughout the scene. I just kind of reached out to them and asked, like, do these notes look good, and like, can you provide some info? So it's kind of like a joint effort to bring up some good information as opposed to just kind of guessing about what we think is good about the character. We've had some time with this game, and we've had some real solid data about all these characters and stuff. So just wanted to provide that for everybody.
And not only that, but as we go over these characters, you can follow along in the title up there. If you mouse over it, you'll see this big old Dropbox link there. And you can go ahead and go to that Dropbox links there. You'll see all of Henry's documents that he's put together that you can all share. So as you're following along in this episode, if you are falling behind or want us to repeat anything or something like that, you can go to the document and see the information that we had before and such. So, But okay, so I guess we can just go ahead and start with the characters. We have 4 characters left. If you guys want to watch the previous characters, check either the twitch.tv archives or check our YouTube channel, youtube.com/UltraChenTV. And once again, everybody give Henry a follow on Twitter. Once again, at Choysauce85. Thank him for coming up with all this information and all this stuff like this. And follow him as well, because on Wednesdays he does the streams for your guitar streams.
Yeah, so I play a lot of Final Fantasy tunes and some Chrono Cross stuff. So
nice.
Yeah, trying to add to my repertoire as I play. So
start doing Street Fighter things.
Yeah, because those things, because a lot of the stuff I play currently, I have music for it.
Right.
So I'm just trying to learn all of that first, and then try to make arrangements for other stuff and whatnot. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna click over here, and hopefully this will not explode things. Hey, look at that. Okay, things are working here. Okay, cool. So we have 4 characters left, right? We have
the bottom row.
These are 4 of the more complicated ones too, right?
It's probably good that we saved them for the last episode.
So we got Venom, Ramlethal, Zato-1, and Bedman. So I guess what we'll do here is we're gonna start with Venom.
We got set play country on the bottom here.
And let's go to a random stage. Boom. And we've got Zato-1.
Sure. And this is a story battle, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They're in the same organization.
That's right. So, and just out of curiosity, people at home, let me know if the volume levels are okay, if you can hear us, if the game is too loud or anything like that. But once again, go ahead and follow along in the documents. I'm gonna get these open here. So let's start with Mr. Venom. Probably one of the most interesting designs here. What is this going on over here? Why is it? Let me zoom in here on our documents. What is going on? Oh, here we go. Hide comments. What the? Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness.
Zoom in.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we've got our Venom documents up here, and this. He was one of the. I think he's one of the more interesting character designs. He's got some really creative mechanics. Basically, he's a pool player, and he throws pool balls everywhere, and you could be really creative with this character.
Yeah,
so.
He loves geometry. You might like this character. The angles.
Yep. So basically, if you notice, I attack with a Q stick here, and the reason why this is significant because I can start dropping pool balls around here, and once they're out here, any one of my attacks that actually hits will hit the balls over, and you can see I can throw them in all sorts of different, arrangements. They bump into each other.
Yeah, it's pretty cool
You
stuff.
can do all sorts of crazy things like hit this, and then can't you hit it again?
I don't know if you can.
Oh, okay, not directly like that,
but the balls will hit the other balls and.
Right. There you go. So I can hit them like that, for example. So let me do that again, just to show you again. Like that, and then when they collide, they gain extra properties.
And that's new for 1.1 too.
Yeah. So there's a lot of really cool things this character has. I mean,
so I guess we'll show us the moves first.
Yeah.
Right?
So the way that he starts off here is that he has quarter circle back plus all 4 buttons,
or just one of each button.
Right. So if you notice, it drops the ball over there. If I do hard slash, if I do slash, it goes behind me. If I do kick, it goes kind of up into the front. And if I do punch, it drops down at waist level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, I can get 4 cue balls out at once. So if I do punch, well, basically you have to do them in any order, in all different orders. So you have to get all 4 different balls out. So
you can't have all 4 balls out if you want.
Right. So you can't repeat the button. So if I do punch and punch, you see I erase the punch. But if I do punch and then kick, and then I do kick again, you see I keep replacing it. Or if I do punch, I'll replace the punch ball. But you notice that if I do punch kick, it's a different formation than if I do kick punch.
Oh.
So
crazy.
Every
combination
results in something different, and it's always dependent on the last button. So if I do punch, kick, slash, hard slash, that's my formation there. Right? If I do slash, kick, punch, hard slash, you see that it ends up in the same formation because I ended on hard slash both times. So it's always dependent on what the last button is.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that way you always know which one you get by the number of balls you have.
So punch, kick, slash ended up that way. But if I do kick, slash, kick, punch, slash, same formation, same 3 balls. If I do kick, heavy slash, it's the same formation, but the heavy slash has a different position in the formation.
For the combination.
So that's how you know how to combine all of them together. And if you get all of them out there like this, you can start wreaking some crazy havoc because things like bounce all over each other.
Galaga.
Pretty much. And that's just pretty much setting up the balls pretty much like this, setting things out. Look at that. Dude, that's so cool. Woo! So you can start going crazy with those things like that. So, again, if you learn how to use these really well, you can do a good job zoning people, but it looks intimidating at first to start up, but I don't think it's as bad as people think.
I mean, like those ball formations, I think that's like a really advanced thing that you learn way later. Because I don't even see top level Venom players like go for these 4 ball formations or anything like that. Right. Usually there's only like 2 to 3 balls out on the screen, and then if anything, they only use it for like Oki setups and like pressure. So a lot of that kind of stuff comes into play, I think, like way later. Not even even the top players are not even thinking about that right now.
Right. Exactly.
Not yet.
Exactly.
So don't even worry about that as much. So you can let that one kind of fly over your head. So and then he also has the QV, which is another way to.
What's the code for that again?
I think it's half circle forward. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go. Okay. So half circle forward. He places the balls as well.
Yeah, same positions, but then they start up in that field, and it has a hitbox or oops. Wow.
There you go. Yeah. So in other words, there's another way to get the balls out with a hit.
Yeah.
So now.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah. So because if you notice, like punch is like this, and I'm done.
Yeah.
But if I do it this one, it takes a little longer to start up, but you get a hit off of them. So that way. Like, if you check out Venom's trials, he has combos where he'll hit you into hitting you, placing the ball out. Like, there's combos that you can, like, hit him and then keep juggling them.
Keep going.
And then you set up the ball and get all sorts of crazy loops in the corner. So, you can summon balls by holding the initial holding down the buttons after the initial ball setup as well. You know what?
Wait, what?
I never knew this. I never knew about this.
Wait, what is it?
Holy crap. So according to Hirsch191,
Uh-huh.
if I do quarter circle back and hit punch, if I immediately hold another button like kick, he automatically throws out a kickball.
Oh, that's cool. So you don't have to re-input the motion. Oh, so it's kind of like Skullgirls with the parasols, like
Yeah,
just like,
I had no idea.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, see, now that's really useful for beginners, and especially for us too.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. So thank you, Hirsch, for that.
That's really cool.
So you can actually just hold the button down and get another one. So I can do punch and slash.
And then if you hold that same button, you just teleport to it automatically.
Like it. So he has a move that's is it backwards upper? How do I? Is it?
Maybe you need a ball out first.
No, he can teleport without it. I always forget what his.
Maybe we'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, I always forget the teleport command here.
Teleport. Hold the attack button. Oh, so you do.
Oh, it's uppercut plus kick.
Oh.
That's it right there. So uppercut plus kick is a teleport. So if you do uppercut plus kick, he'll always appear above where he started, pretty much, right? So no matter where I am, I just go up into the air, and here I come. So if I'm next to them, I can attack like this. However, if I have a cue ball out like this, and I do the teleport, I always try to go towards the ball. So
the very last ball you set out.
Yeah. So if I do this, for example, and then I do teleport, I'll appear above the ball that I set out.
The last ball you set.
So if I set this kick one out over here, I'll teleport on top of the ball there. This is really useful because once this is set up, if I teleport and I hit punch, I hit the cue ball as well. And also notice, too, that because heavy slash angles down like that, the ball goes down as well. If I hit, for example, slash, it goes a little bit less straight down. And if I do jump kick, it goes a little straighter because you notice that the cue stick is straighter like that. And it goes slower, too. And so if I do jump punch, you see there's that little hit it like this. So all of your normals will hit the balls at different angles and at different speeds. So you can see where you can get super creative with this character. And like I said, if you place these down like this and teleport, then you can send them over and do all sorts of craziness with this character. So yeah, this character
cool setups that come from that.
Really complicated. But yeah, so one important thing is like if you set out like the balls like this, now if I teleport, I end up behind him because the last one was behind him. So yeah, Venom is a really tricky character to learn for that reason. But for the most part, like we said, you'll know what the standard setups are. You'll see what other people do, and you'll kind of use those.
Yeah, always one thing to do is like if you see like the top level. If you ever watch matches, like that's probably the first thing you want to do when you want to think about using a character. Then you just kind of X-copy, like top players until you can grab all the tricks that you feel like you need to use, and then just kind of adapt your own style. So.
Right. But even outside of those, he's got some, more special moves that you'll probably see people use more on, which is basically Sonic Plume plus Slash and Heavy Slash, right? And Heavy Slash, of course, is super fast. You can see. So this is just a good way to attack, a screen away to pressure someone to attack you. You can also hold the buttons and charge it up to another level. So if you notice,
it goes to like 5 levels or something.
So stand up, don't block really quick.
Ooh,
so you see it hits twice, right? And there's level 3 basically, level 4, which hits 6 times. Jeez. Oh, okay. So I guess that's it right there. So you get 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits, and 6 hits. And you can do the same thing with the heavy one, which goes really fast. So if you can find an opportunity to sit there and charge this up, you can get some good mix-ups going on people, especially probably if you try to.
Oh wow,
you can
there's quite a bit of chip too.
If I know what the timing is, I bet you I can YRC it. How much chip did it do? Dang.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Well, I guess that's cool if you can charge up. I mean, most of the time.
You knock them down, you might be able to charge it or something.
Right. And then he also has Flash Kick, which is this one. This is with Slash, and then so charge down, up, or charge 2, and then 8 and the button. And then the heavy slash one you can see
bounces like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It goes like this.
It's really good for pressure in the corner because it's like, oh no.
Right. And it's also really, so especially if they're in the corner and you know they're going to try to escape the corner, this pretty much just covers the space and they can't get out there. So that's really cool as well.
And it's really, I think one of them is really plus on block. I can't remember which one. I think it's probably that one.
I think slash is actually, so jump afterwards? Yeah, so slash is pretty plus on block. Yeah, heavy slash is not. So this one has more delay, but this one is really, really good. So yeah, I mean, you'll actually see a lot of people in the, do this to keep the pressure going in the corner using the sonic boom plus, flash kick plus slash button. So yeah, this character's really cool. I mean, honestly, I was intimidated by him, which is why I never learned him in the first place, but again, like I said, that's just the default reaction. As I watched him more, I realized that he had mostly kind of set kind of situations. So, but by then I was already full with Johnny, so it didn't matter anymore.
Right. And then he also has the double head morbid. Is what it's called, I guess. It's DP plus slash.
Oh yeah, you're talking about this one, yeah. Ooh. So he has basically DP plus slash and heavy slash, which goes all the way across the screen. These are just really important combo enders. That's mostly what you'll see them for. So you'll actually see dudes combos, and then they'll like try to set something up. So for example, if I go like, stuff like that, right? So they're a good way to get combo ending and then start your pressure going from there. Or you'll even just see people just sweep into pressure like this as well.
And also it's pretty decent surprise attack too. If you're going for that last bit of chip or something, it's like, oh my gosh, why did you do that?
Especially since he's back here and he's like pestering you with this, and then you try to get in, and then all of a sudden he's like, catches you with this by surprise.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a DP button, but there's no anti-air. There's no invincibility to this. So if you jump at me and try to attack me, like, you're just going to blow him up. So he is a zoner, but he doesn't have an uppercut, so he actually can't keep you out, basically, with this move. He has to use towards punch like everybody else, so like most of the other characters.
Does he have any other moves?
Now, he has the ability to bounce the ball back and forth, and I can't remember how to do that.
Well, there's a super that he has that.
Is it the super one? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he has. He also has these moves in the air, which is quarter circle forward plus slash and heavy slash. So you can see the slash one stops, and the heavy slash one has a kick follow-up like that, which basically causes a hard knockdown. So if you can get this combo in a lot of situations, you can start setting stuff up. The slash one is just for pressure like that. Now, low block really quick. The slash one and the heavy slash one are overheads? I can't remember. Okay, yeah, so they are overheads.
Yeah, so it's part of his basic mix-up game. I think it's like you do the close slash.
Right.
And since it's jump cancelable, you might go into the...
Right. So I can do... Whoops. I can,
Yeah, like something like that. And then be like, oh no.
Oof.
Yeah, surprise attack,
attack, yeah, exactly. So... okay, and then
yeah, I think that's all those moves.
Okay.
Let's double check. Yeah. Always gotta double check.
Mad Struggle, QV. Yeah, you're right.
All right, cool.
So let me see. What was this? So I must be thinking of plus R because I remember he had a ball that went back and forth like this.
I think you could hit the balls twice in plus R, but then in this one, the classic Dark Angel.
Okay.
Chips galore.
So there you go. Those are his moves. And so basically, I mean, so who was it that we talked to for advice on
Black
this?
Snake. Super sick.
Midwest player. Right?
Yeah. So you can recognize him with this humongous beard.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But super nice guy. Yeah, like I talked to him and he's like, he's like super willing to help. It's like ask me anything you want and like tweet me whenever.
That's cool.
And he's also one of the only people that gave me his Twitch address.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you guys gotta check him out. His address is in there. So.
Yeah, let me see at the bottom. It's Black Snake Proosh.
I'm guessing. I think Proosh is his actual name.
Okay, Proosh. So it's twitch.tv/Black Snake Proosh.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to get some good Venom advice, he is the guy to go to. So yeah. So generally, what did he say about what you're supposed to do with this character?
Yeah. So a lot of it is just space control and zoning. So he could take up the entire screen basically with using the pool balls.
Right.
Because of like where they all can angle around.
And I also want to show one thing too. You notice that the ball ends at this level when I hit it, right? But I actually recover before the ball gets there. You don't have to wait for the ball to land.
Yeah.
You can just hit it out of the air before it gets to the position. So there's some craziness that you can do with this character. See, you don't have to wait till it actually gets into position.
Yeah, anytime you see the ball out, it just it'll get there. I think they changed one of the trajectories of the ball because like when you hit the P like right away, like it would go too high and everybody could duck it.
Oh.
So they changed that. They actually changed the speed of that so that it doesn't happen as often or something.
Okay, interesting. Okay. But even when they duck under that, that's just opening them up for pressure situations. I feel like so.
But in any case, so a lot of screen control and a lot of cool mix-ups and setups, which is you'll see a lot of good Venom players do.
Right.
And then so for him, you'll probably learn a lot of like setups. Like that's really big for his game. And then like just being able to just control like the whole screen and make them like feel like they can't do anything basically.
Okay, cool. So,
and they also said that you're gonna have to learn a lot of defense and patience when you're having to block as a Venom player because he has 0 reversals.
Even supers don't work.
Not even a super reversal. So he's super honest on the weekend game. So it's like but conversely, that's like your goal to beat this character. It's like you want to knock them down, and it's like if they can't handle like your mix-ups, then they're pretty much dead. So like that's the all or nothing strategy that you're buying into for as a Venom player, or like being like a Zalsim player or something like that. Similar in that regard. So it's like to beat them, you want to approach patiently because even though you might want to have to like block all these balls, you can kind of approach, and the FD will help a little bit because like a lot of people like don't want to like block because they get chipped in most fighting games, but since you have FD, it's like you can kind of approach a little easier and not worry about taking damage, which is nice.
Yeah, also another thing that probably will help a lot against him is one of the 1.1 changes in that you can blitz shield the pool ball.
Yeah, so like a lot of the setups you can make them reject.
Like if I'm close enough, it'll actually reject me.
So a lot of them are really meaty setups, and then like it'll make them reject. So that's a really big tool against him in this version. So you want to pressure him pretty, just relentlessly, and like just kind of never let him go, basically. Right. Don't let him go, Jack.
Man, he doesn't even have a super wake up. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. A lot of characters have 50%. They have to like kind of like a super reversal, but not even. He doesn't have one.
Man, like all this time I played against Venom, I never really thought about that.
So you don't have anything to worry about on this
Right. Okay.
No respect. No respect.
So if you are trying to learn Venom, where would you start? Like, what's his best normals to go with?
Definitely at the top normal is 5S. That is so it's like look how much space it takes up.
Right.
It's so good and it's a good poke, and you could probably just and you could charge it for a special cancel.
Right. Yeah, like that. Oops. There you go.
Yeah, not necessarily for combos, but it's like
right. I mean, it's interesting because his heavy slash doesn't go as far, so when you chain into it,
it's not about the combo ability, not at all.
Yeah, see, I don't think anything combos after that button, but it's just a poke.
Yeah, keep him in check. Because it's like by the time you get to this range, where that 5S poke happens, it's like not a lot of characters have options in that range.
Right.
And also, if you want to jump, it's like you could just not do it and then do the 6P or something.
Right. Exactly.
So a lot of good options. Like really, really good for checking people in their space.
Okay.
And then they also had 6H, Yeah, it takes up a lot of space. So usually when a lot of times, you know, like most every character in the game, you know, obviously they want to push you in the corner, and Venom can do that. So it's like because it's like you know you can approach while you know shooting the full balls, and if I want to try to escape, then the 6H is gonna make sure that it's like oops, or if I want to try to jump back to avoid any mix-ups, like with the what was that? The mad struggle or like something like that. It's like, oh no, I don't want to block it, and then you just get hit out of the air.
I've also seen that in a trial mode, they actually try to end a lot of combos. Yeah, so let me.
Oh yeah, I think it causes a hard knockdown for the most part. Or I'm not sure if it's like hard knockdown, but like usually it ends up with a knockdown. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, and then
they set up a
cancel that into the ball like that, and then you can get setups like that.
Yeah. So most high level players will end their combos with that into the ball to make sure you're grounded at the end of the combo.
Okay.
And then it's 2D. It's a lot like Souls 2D. Super low profile, knocks down, and it sweeps. And it's relatively safe from what I can tell.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's 2 hits too.
Yeah.
Whoops. Sorry. Dang it.
You could attack in between. It looks like.
Oh yeah.
So it's not that safe. So like if I have a super or something.
Right.
But it's kind of like Gal's sweep. It's like most players like. They kind of freeze up when they block the first one. It's like, oh, I should have attacked in between.
And the nice thing about it is every time it connects, you can hit confirm really easily into a setup, and then you can start going for mix-ups. And if I'm not mistaken, let me do something really quick. So obviously, if I whiff here, so let me do something. Oh no, okay, I can't do that. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't count as a hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So basically, you know, you can do like little mix-up tricks against people, because if you set out 2 balls, then you can hit one, you'll still teleport to the other one, etc., etc. I don't know any of Venom's setups.
Yeah, we can't help you there, so that's where you have to look it up. But yeah, 2D set is really good. Like any low-profile stuff in this game is really good because what usually ends up happening is like I'll try to jump in, and then you do like 2D. Or like 2.
Oh, you talk about low profile.
Yeah, for low profile moves, you do that, or hold on, maybe like that, or.
Zato has a really good jump attack.
So maybe I'll do this, and then like I'll get hit by that if I'm not careful.
But I mean, for the most part, you should use 6P anyway, because that's just the universal anti-air. And Venom's I think is pretty decent. So.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so yeah. Pretty good special moves. Obviously, you'll learn what the other ones are going to be useful for if you like talk to any players or try to kind of figure out what you need them for. So yeah, and then let's see.
What are some best uses for his meter?
So by far, it's definitely going to be the stinger, that move into YRC. I think usually the H1 I see. It's being done more often, so you just do that YRC right away. Because it's similar to like what Kai players do. It's like say if I wanted to like I don't know, I did a normal for some reason, and then you did that, then you can easily see that it's gonna hit me. The ball's gonna hit me. You run in for a full combo. It's like ooh. Or something like that.
If I did it fast enough, yeah, for sure.
So it's really good, and in that sense, it's like you're guaranteed advantage with that. So pretty much guaranteed advantage with that. So it's really useful. And then also, he mentioned that ball set YRC is something. It might be something that he does because I haven't really seen other random players use it. So there's something to it that. I don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, I thought one of his best uses and Black Snake does not have it listed here, would be for dead angle.
Yeah, it would probably be as a defensive option. Like, but I'm guessing maybe he doesn't block a lot because he's making everybody else block the entire time.
He's like, dead angle assumes that you've been blocking.
Yeah, it's like, bad Venom players don't have to block. Oh, well, that was weird. Anyways, so yeah, I think my guess is that the ball set YRC, it's a lot like doing neutral YRC.
Right.
In that you can kind of see what's going on and like you get more time for anti-airs.
Yeah.
But with that, you also get a ball out at the same time. So like it's you get something out of just do it instead of doing empty YRC.
Okay. Yeah, but he's got some pretty crazy combos that you're probably gonna need to learn just to get good with him. But again, one of the nice things about Guilty Gear is that Honestly, the trial mode combos, while some of them are really annoying and some of them don't seem practical, actually a lot of them are pretty
I would say
decent.
at least the first 12 are most likely practical, close to around that number.
But the higher level ones, what I like about them is sometimes they go a little too crazy, but the concepts behind them are really good. Like I said, like I mentioned, Venom has a lot of combos that end with that toward H into planting the ball. Then he has a bunch of combos just like boom and the poke and the boom and the poke. And I'm like, Venom was the last person I completed because the later trials that he had were just ridiculous. But yeah, so for the most part, you just look for like the utility of the combos that they're actually using, and then make up your own variations of them, so you don't have.
Or you could look up the YouTube videos and just pick whichever like you like best. That's kind of what I do whenever I look at combo videos. I look at the ones. Oh, this looks easy for me, so I like this combo. So I'm gonna do this one.
Makes sense. Okay.
All right. So some basic, so super basic combos you can do if you want to just jump right in. Probably this one listed here, so you can just do 2, or 2D, and then I think they said P-ball was really good.
Okay, I see.
So that way you can set up some pressure.
Okay.
So because if you just having to land this all day on your friend, and it's like, how do I get out of this? It's like you just keep doing this, and then oh no.
Right. So there you go.
Yeah, so usually the combos I pick is kind of like stuff that leads into a little bit of Oki. So as opposed to doing the one that you were doing previously, it gets for a little bit of damage, but they're going to be a little far away. But it can be useful because maybe you want them more far away.
Right. So if you're trying to shoot them away from you or something like that. Because actually, I think this has, if you do the H version, I think it has pretty decent corner. It's not great corner carry, but it's just like,
these are super basic. I mean, these aren't combos you're gonna stick with forever, but you know, it's just really basic stuff that you can just jump into and just kind of play around with.
Okay. So block string. So if you use the same block string here to plant the ball, if you see that they're blocking, so block real quick, you can actually combo into that. Right? What happens if I do this? I guess you can do that one as well. So, but you can see there's a bigger hole in between the kick and the actual ball, like that. So there's a bigger hole in there.
Yeah, so someone might possibly super or something,
or do something in between there. Or jump over. So if I do this, if I do that, whoops! I actually did not mean to do that. Wow. Okay. So then he can't jump, and I'm pretty safe.
Try one more time. I might have jumped too late.
Oh, okay. Let me try the heavy slash one.
Oops.
So if I do the heavy slash one, I don't think you can jump. But I just don't think I'm as safe. You know what I mean? I have a little bit more recovery on that one.
But it's tighter block string, so.
Right. So you can probably mix between the two, but in general, you probably just want to do the slash one. And if you see them jump, 6P them. So let me see if I can actually get that out in time. Oops. Yeah, I should be able to get you. So there you go.
So it's not too bad.
Yeah, but if you suspect that the opponent's just going to be scared and blocking, then you can probably do this one, and then you get way more pressure that way. So that's actually really good as well. Yeah,
so it's a lot of, like, nothing's ever perfect, but, like, you try to find things that are better than this.
Right. Yeah. Again, we're not trying to give you the high-level tactics here. We're trying to get so that you understand what the characters are going to try to do and just get you interested and start you off with some basics. These B&Bs that we show you, you may never use them once you get to higher level Guilty Gear.
Well, actually, that 2K 5S 2D is pretty common
for Venom,
for high level play, because a lot of times you're not going to be able to convert off of anything bigger because of what you. So as soon as that happens, that's when they can open it up for some really nasty like mix-ups. So a lot of high level play will result from that knockdown, because it's really easy to confirm. And also, it's like they don't want. It's usually something that the high-level players don't want to spend meter. They don't want to spend meter yet, or they don't have the meter, and they want. So something like that. So be like, oh my gosh, I can't block that double overhead that you just did, you know.
Right.
So So it's actually decent combo that you'll see pretty often.
Right. Okay. And so, what do you consider his cheapest tag? What did Black Snake tell you? Cheapest tag?
I thought this is it, and then like he didn't deny it, so it's like Singer YRC is probably the cheapest thing he has.
And you know, I can probably once I get good at it, yeah. See, I can dash much sooner than I am.
Yeah.
Well, then whatever.
So I mean, it's just guaranteed. It's like once you see it, because you can see everything that's happening, and it guarantees that you're gonna get a combo. So which is nice to know. So.
Can I do that? Let me see something. Oh, I can. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So once you start dashing, you can hold offensive crouch, and he'll keep dashing, but you'll charge for the the flash kick move.
So yeah. Okay. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, he's a really deep character, but on the really basic stuff or the basic level, you can probably just like set out balls, try to like just turn it into like a bullet hell game for your friend, and then try to figure out tighter strings and more complex stuff as you kind of go along.
Yeah, you mentioned something last episode, and I still really love it. Like setting up balls and just and pestering the opponent. Like, is a great way to see how good your opponent is. Like, finding this basic tactic. So if you zone them and they can't get away from it, and you're just, like, beating them up like this, and they don't know how to stop this, then, keep doing it. Like, keep just going with this attack. So see if they can get past your zoning game here. Because
the super basic zoning game. It's like, what do I do? Because I know one time I played MKX, and, like, I was Cassie and I played a Johnny Cage player. He just threw fireballs, fireball, and I lost. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I can't deal with this.
So yeah, I mean, like you can even hit him at anti-air angles. You see that? So like, if you predict they're gonna jump, then you can do
you
that.
Just keep jumping. And, like, a lot of people would probably just do this against you. Like that's when both of your games start to evolve.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah,
towards heavy slash. Look at that. That's a great angle.
A lot of cool angles.
That's a great angle. Oh man, that's really cool.
All right, yeah. So some of the cool players to watch, definitely Black Snake.
Yeah.
Dude, anytime he comes on stream, I'm like, oh man, these are some nasty combos and setups.
Yeah. Again, you can also check him out on twitch.tv/BlackSnakeProosh, all one word, and that's PROOSH.
Yes, and then also he recommended to check out Diando.
Oh, okay, Diano. Okay, Diando. Oh yeah, okay.
And then I also played against a really good Venom player the other night. I think it's called like Pompa-Rump I think he's from NorCal. I'm not really sure.
What is it?
Pompa-Rump.
Pompa-Rump.
Something like that.
Okay.
So he was really good. Yeah.
Okay.
He was looking to bust some head and stuff.
And as for Japanese ones, we have listed here Isamu, Fino, and Heaven, spelled like seven, so Heven. So definitely check out those guys in Japan as well. Yeah, so a lot of people in the chat are mentioning Fino right now.
Fino, okay.
So Fino might be
Fino
one of the
guy.
best ones. Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, Venom, really cool character. But like I said, once you start learning him, you start recognizing where the setups are. I think probably the highest level Venom players are the ones that can start improvising with the pool ball setups once you get used to it. But if you think that his entire game is memorizing where all these patterns are and doing all this stuff, that's not the case. That's not going to be what you're going to be doing with him necessarily.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff, it's like when you first start out, it's going to be like stuff that's super set. It's like, if I do this knockdown, I only have this setup I can go to. And then like it's really easy to just know which ones to go for. It doesn't look as free flowing as it seems like. It's just like they already know what they're gonna do, when they knock you down for a certain knockdown. But the top level players is when it's gonna be like, I know that this ball is here and then this ball is here. I can do this cool combo. That's when you get to that.
When you know what the combinations are, so that when you touch the ball, you know like what
combo you can get off of that or something. So I mean, but that's the fun part about Guilty Gear 2, and for the training mode, at least for this game, it's like you can discover so much stuff.
The training modes are really good. One of the things we should probably mention is that for a lot of characters, the training mode has character specific settings. So if I click here, there's certain characters that have certain things, certain abilities to build up moves or whatever. There's settings that you can do stuff to practice. So, for example, we mentioned that Faust has a random item toss. You can set it up so that it's always what you want it to be, so that you can test stuff out with them. The most important character for this is Johnny, who is not in this game because it's infinite coins and also really good. You can just set it up so you're always at level 2 Mistfinder and stuff like that.
You don't have to keep building it to do it. And then I see that there's Dragon and Soul. I'm guessing it's like forever.
Yeah, you can do forever.
So I was doing some training mode with Soul. I was like, oh man, I wish Dragon and Soul would last longer. I didn't think to look here. So I was like, okay.
and even Sin, for example, you can just have you can have your food last forever.
That's
so
cool.
You don't have to worry about eating it over and over again and stuff like that. So really cool, really cool. And then again, I think we did this in the systems one, but there is the recording the opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where is it? Enemy status. So you can actually do training dummy, and you can record up to 3 slots.
I had them randomize that.
And then when you play it, you can actually random which one it gets played. So we did this for like the Soul setup, where he does either the air dash or the empty jump low, or does the empty jump command throw.
Mm-hmm.
So you can set it up that way and practice the mix up that way. There's a lot of really cool things in the Guilty Gear training mode. So definitely take advantage of that as much as you can. So.
Alright, so I guess we'll go on to Zato.
No shortage of complex characters here.
Alright, so this character, yeah, definitely I think has the highest learning curve of all the current Guilty Gear characters. But let's see here. So as you can see, he has this little Eddie.
Yep.
Which they call him.
Yeah, and just so you guys aren't too confused, if you've seen him in previous Guilty Gear games, he was called Eddie
for a certain period.
Those games. Yeah. So in the game story, Zato dies, Eddie takes over, so they start calling him Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, the voice actor of Eddie was Daisuke Ishiwatari's really good friend.
And
when
he
passed away. And so the original idea was just to not put him in the game at all, out of respect. And a lot of people were like, no, leave him in the game. So out of respect, he changed the name from Zato-1 to Eddie. In the story, Zato-1 has been resurrected, so now he's back to being Zato-1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just been enough time that Daisuke is probably cool with it now.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
So rest in peace, Daisuke's friend.
Yep, for sure.
So yeah. So his main thing is that he has little Eddie, and like you can summon him with a couple buttons. Like that one was like quarter circle forward with punch, and it causes that little beak attack. And then he also has it with kick, which is this saw blade right there. And then he also has this one, Nobidu.
The one that kills everybody while they're flipping in the sky. Yep.
And then we also have just regular summon. You can just summon him without having him do anything.
Right, that's with heavy slash.
Yeah,
right?
And then you could also. Oh yeah, so that's the different ways to out of neutral to summon him.
One of the important things to note is that when you summon Eddie, look right above the enemy super meter. So let me do something really quick.
Or your super meter, right?
Yeah, your own super meter. Oh, okay, the game is still small. Okay, but you can see it. So there's a little blue bar that shows up. And what happens is that Eddie will stay out as long as that blue bar is full, or it has something in it. As soon as it goes away, you can see that you can't summon Eddie until that red meter fills all the way up again. So what happens is that the quarter circle forward command to summon Eddie can also be used to unsummon Eddie.
Yeah, so if you see there, like I'll do a couple of these, maybe do one of these, yeah.
Right, and what happens is you'll notice now the meter turns white when you unsummon him instead of red, which means it builds up a lot faster.
Yeah.
So if you're using Zato, you should consciously be trying to unsummon Eddie so you can get him back again. If you leave him out the whole entire time, then it'll turn red and it takes a long time.
Yeah, because essentially you're half a character without little Eddie. So that's like kind of like the game plan. It's like you always want to have little Eddie available because you become like this immensely strong character with having both of them out.
Right.
Difficult to control, but he's really strong character because of that. But like, if you can get rid of little Eddie or have him, become only, have him without him, then it makes it very tough for him because his options are very limited by himself.
Yeah, one of the hard things is that you're so used to Eddie blowing you up. When you're a player, you have to really recognize when he's vulnerable.
Yeah,
with no Eddie.
It's you need a lot of experience against him.
So throw Eddie out and walk him at me. So you can hit him, and you notice that if you hit Eddie, it will automatically turn it into empty red meter mode. So if you can find a way to hit Eddie, so summon him again, you can really hamper Zato's gameplay at that point, and that's where you have to go in on him. But then so now Zato basically becomes a Marvel character, which Eddie can be used to protect you, and then you have to protect Eddie. So if you call Eddie in such a way that the opponent can easily hit him and knock him away, you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
Right? You have to call him in smart places so that you can keep the pressure going and the opponent can't actually hit it. Or if they do throw out a button to hit Eddie,
can punish you. And
you take advantage of it by doing a good punish. So
it's really tricky. So one last move that he has out of this is called, he has the D version of if you press D, then a giant drill comes out, and then
yeah, you can't summon him into it. You can only call him out and then do it.
Yeah, and then let me see here. Look up the list real quick. I forgot one move he has.
Which one?
The Dead Man's Hand. The best move
hand?
in the game.
Yeah.
According to Beautiful Dude. Oh yeah, so yeah, the guy we asked about this is a Beautiful Dude.
Oh yeah, of course.
According to him, that best move in the game.
Quarter circle forward plus dust, which is a throw and it gives you a combo, but you can see it has a slow startup. Yeah. So it's kind of a gimmicky move.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty good because it's like usually against Eddie, like you're thinking, I'm just gonna block until little Eddie's done. But then getting thrown by a Dead Man's Hand is the last thing in your mind. Because of that, boom.
Yeah.
I mean, it prorates a lot, and you don't really get nice combos off of it. But the fact that it just adds a layer to the mix-up, it's just good enough. It just makes it that much harder to fight against him.
So a couple of really very important things about summoning Eddie is summon him really quick. And now hit jab, hit punch, but hold punch. You'll notice that Eddie didn't do anything. And that is because Eddie only does stuff on button releases. So this is where he gets really interesting to control.
I'm gonna press punch. He doesn't do anything.
Right, so you hold it.
Go.
There you go. So when you let go, he attacks. So the reason why this is significant is because, summon him again and hit kick. Hit kick. So you see it takes a little while before Eddie can do something again, right? So if you are trying to attack with your kick button and you accidentally make Eddie do something, so hit standing kick. So you're trying to attack with kick or dash low kick, and you summon Eddie and now he's not in the timing that you want him. So what you learn to do is summon Eddie with H really quick and then dash up and hit low kick but hold kick.
Well, right there I did hard slash and then hit kick right away.
Right.
And then I'm holding kick, and then I let it go.
Right. Or, like I said, if you just dash up and do low kick and hold it, you won't actually trigger him. You'll hold low kick, and then you can chain into slash all these things and not let go of slash, and then let go of kick, and then you can get the combo into drill.
Yeah.
So you can start seeing your playing Twister with your fingers, basically. And it's really, really complicated.
Yeah, I mean, but if you understand that concept, you can kind of think, plan.
Yes.
You have to do a lot of planning to plan properly.
Yeah,
a lot of planning.
And as complicated as it gets with all these finger gymnastics and doing
you get used to it. Yeah.
You get used to it, muscle memory kicks in, and eventually it's just another B&B kind of thing situation.
Basically. So
yeah,
it's kind of like Zero players when they hold Buster or something like that. Right, it's kind of similar in that sense. So also another move he has really important. It's the Invite Hell. Yeah.
Which I saw the name of the move and I was like, why is it called Invite Hell? And what's he saying? But he actually says Invite Hell.
Yeah.
Untitled.
Yeah, so really important for his block strings and also for his knockdown.
Yeah.
Like especially when he doesn't have Eddie,
Right.
because if he's gonna like do that, then
Right.
he'll buy some time to get some
Right.
Eddie gauge back.
And most important to note is that it is a low hit. So if you do it,
Ooh,
boom,
yeah,
I get hit.
Yeah, and also you notice that there's a little flaming puddle that's there. So with that you could, or actually, how do you? I forgot.
It's like a spin kick, isn't it? All you do it with spin kick.
Oh, is that
instead.
right?
Yeah. So throw out a puddle again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, you can also summon Eddie by doing any of those things with quarter circle back as well.
It has to be with only the H version though, because you have to summon him first, and then you have to do the attack.
Gotcha,
so that's kind of a bit of the weakness of this setup.
Okay.
So you have to summon him first, and then the attack has to come out.
There you go.
But another weakness that they added for 1.1, you could kick that. Yeah, so
I can kick the puddle.
Yeah, the puddle.
Okay.
So it's really important for you to just knock those out,
right?
So that he doesn't have that option to summon him there,
right.
and then
but you'll notice that when I do kick the puddle, that it doesn't do anything to the Eddie meter. He can just summon Eddie still anytime he wants.
So it's kind of like a high level mind game. So it's like when you're here, it's like, do you want to kick it and I'm gonna do this again, or am I gonna summon Eddie there and then like you're gonna kick Eddie, So it's like kind of it's a really high level mind game. But so yeah, let me see. Another move that he has really important is this move, the command grab.
Yeah, just like May and Soul, we basically said these characters might be kind of useless without command throws. I don't know if Zato would be useless without a command throw, but he needs it.
He needs it for sure. Like, so you usually do this, and when you see this happen, usually this is going to be an unblockable setup that's coming next after that. Most likely. So it's really important because it's like you'll do a lot of pressure with this, and then kind of mix it up with this, and then they'll hit this.
Yeah, set the bomb out like that,
and then try to go for an unblockable like that. Because that giant drill is a low.
Only on the first hit.
Only on the first hit. So
it used to be every hit.
Did it used to be?
Yeah, in the older games it was every hit, which is why that unblockable was so easy. Now you actually have to time it so that it's the first hit and the jump
slash. But on top of that, you can blitz that setup.
Right.
And then to counter that, they'll YRC and then do the setup. So there's a lot of counters to the counters.
Right.
A lot of, but they gotta spend the dough to do it. So let me see another.
He has a fireball reflect, which is like
quarter circle back with this.
So if you do it,
cool. It works with a lot of projectiles that you wouldn't even expect for it to work, which is really cool.
And then he also has what is it? The move where he goes into the ground.
Oh yeah.
In the air, that's half circle forward plus hard slash, right?
A slash.
Slash, okay.
So shadow gallery.
Yeah.
So this is big mainly for combos. So like I don't really see it used otherwise.
What I see it used for, from Beautiful Dude, curse him, and I know he's in the chat. So
is he?
Yes, that. So if he's flying, so we should mention that he doesn't have a double jump. He doesn't have a double jump. If you double jump, he starts flying, right? So you can fly, and then once you start flying, you can kind of control him anywhere. And then, you go through the floor, and then all of a sudden you YRC and you're on the ground. And, so irritating. So irritating to deal with. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really good.
Other than he has
that move, yes.
Used to be really OP because you could just YRC anytime, but now they added some time where you needed to a time limit to it now.
Oh,
so after
they made the time limit shorter? Is that what they did?
It's like after a certain amount of time, it'll become a PRC instead.
Yeah,
see?
Okay.
It used to be like anytime you were able to exit, then it's like it would be a PRC.
Right.
But so
that thing was so
this
evil.
one, this move, quarter circle back with kick. You can move around like this, and you're invulnerable the entire time. So like you're basically not on the screen anymore.
So yeah, that was the other thing that Beautiful Dude would do to me all the time. Is do this and then YRC and then attack. And you really can't do anything. If you see that, it's like so hard to do anything to that.
You have to meaty them, guess meaty when they're gonna.
But then if you whiff, then he's just gonna YRC and kill you. But now it's more PRC. So so if you know that he's doing it, you can hit him. So
So there's that, and then is there any other moves that he has? Let's check. Just want to make sure.
Sure.
Right.
So summon Eddie.
Drill, Deadman 10, Untitled, break the log, command grab. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So yeah, those are all his moves.
So what does this guy do to you?
Basically, he's the puppet archetype. So as you can see, you're controlling two characters at once essentially, which adds to the complexity of having to manage.
I just want to mention, I see someone in chat asking what a YRC and a PRC are. So if you go to youtube.com/UltraChenTV, we did an episode where we went over all the system mechanics. Check that video out. We have a lot of system mechanics. We explain all the difference between all that stuff there.
Just real quick, YRC is just like 25% to cancel your thing, cancel your move, and the PRC is that it costs 50% instead.
Right.
So
and it's usually
costs more meter.
And it's usually at the recovery of your move.
Yeah, so it's PRC is like not as favorable. Just to say.
Okay.
Let's see. So
yeah, I mean, look, he just gets you in the corner and he starts locking you down. And once you start learning the right button sequences to keep the lockdown going, he does take a little bit of practice to play, and it's why you'll see a lot of execution-heavy players use him. Like Marn was a fan of Eddie in a previous game. Marlon Pai is a Zato player. A lot of execution-heavy players like to use this character because he does require a little bit of work.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of like pre-planning, so which is kind of nice because it's like if you have a setup, then you can kind of like say, I know the sequence for this setup, and then like just kind of have like a contingency plan for your setup. So which is kind of cool. So in that sense, he does play a lot like a Marvel character.
Oh, someone even mentioned that Latif is a Zato player.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, all these execution gods.
There you go. Execution gods are Zato players. So. For sure.
Yeah, you would think there would be Eno players, but they just don't care about the timing. That's just all about insane timing, but whatever. So basically you're gonna control a lot of space and a lot of have immense amounts of pressure whenever you have like little Eddie out. So.
But then you also have, like I mentioned earlier, you have to be good at protecting Eddie and having Eddie protect you, and and then pretty much once they get used to getting locked down in the corner, that's when you go for the command throw.
And then you'll see people go for like when little Eddie comes back. So a lot of it is like this drill that comes out, and then you'll see like guys go for like this, and then
the double overhead.
The double kick or something like that.
Yeah.
And then so it just like it basically like locks you down to have it mix you up, and then on top of that you'll just like go in and you'll do this.
Yeah, and then set up the unblockable once you memorize the timing.
So it's really useful. I mean like that. So it's his plan is kind of steamroll you. So a lot of Eddie players, like if they hit you in the first couple hits, they'll just burst right away, just so that they can. Like kind of like Milia, like they'll just want to steamroll you up in the beginning of the game, and then just hope that you'll never recover.
Right.
So, like really big part of his plan. So like having him being able to stop his momentum is key to beating him. So, but as an Eddie player, you'll definitely learn negative edging, and part of his game plan is like you want to protect little Eddie because he's your most valuable asset as a Zato player.
And so someone's asking, can you chicken block the command throw hit setup mix up? So what happens is while you're blocking the drill, that's where he kind of goes for the mix up. And so while you're blocking,
he can like probably hit your legs.
So if you're chicken blocking, you're not going to be low blocking, and then you'll just get caught low. So do it again. Yeah. So see, I was holding up back, and then I just got caught. So
and then they'll be able to continue the combo and like convert off of it. So it's a little scary, So I mean, like it's a lot of defensive reads against Zato. So it's like when you see him running in, and then most likely they'll probably do that. So just hope that when you jump, it's like I'm ready for the punish, So, but as him, you'll learn about the negative edge because negative edge is the central key to the central like part of the mechanic that lets you control little Eddie really well. And then there's a lot of setups because. The way that he's played, it looks like people are just kind of like doing things on the fly and just kind of doing that, but it's a lot of like memorized patterns that you have on your fingers. So it's not as hard as it looks, honestly. I mean, it just takes time to develop the muscle memory to remember to do these things, but it's kind of like playing DDR or something, you know, with your fingers.
So how do you beat this character?
Yeah, so to beat him, like whenever you can knock out Little Eddie, that's huge for his game. Because, and also like checking when the meter is going low is when you can kind of predict when a Zato player is gonna go for certain options.
Right.
So because if Eddie's low, then I definitely want to do this, and like try to like knock you down, and then like do that meaty drill setup, so that I'm buying as much time as I can to get Eddie back.
Right.
And then or when the meter is low, you know that Little Eddie might be going away really soon.
Right.
Because it's like I don't want to get to the red bar, you know.
Right. So he's gonna unsummon him.
And
that might be your opportunity for go in.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So and also like for knocking him down, so don't let him breathe, because I think his super the
big shark.
I think it's invincible, but it's really easily safe jumpable.
Right.
Super slow.
Right.
So even good Zato players are not gonna use it on wake up. Never. I don't ever see them. More often than not, they'll use the dead angle. More often than not.
Yeah, I see them use that all the time.
because it's a lot more guaranteed to get them off you than the super is.
I don't even see them use it like when they're in the pressure in the corner, and then you get out once and touch you twice, and then they just dead angle you.
Yeah, they're just like, damn it.
Yeah, they're like, you're getting back in there. Sorry.
Or they'll burst right away. It's really common. Pretty common.
Yeah, so Beautiful Dude, aka Julian, says, basically, he says that when Eddie is gone, Zato's like half a character.
Yeah, half a character. So that's why when you notice that, like, the meter's down, like, he's going to get into defensive mode. He's going to, like, I'm watching out. I'm going to try to, I don't know, do everything I can to make sure that I buy enough time for Little Eddie. So I'm going to set up this drill right here. So, and try to make sure you can't get in. And then 6P and stuff. So,
so I mean, his 6P is a pretty decent anti-air, but
it's really slow.
Yeah, but if you know he's gonna set a drill, that's your opportunity to try to jump in on him or change your jump arc when you're going in to keep him guessing how to anti-air. You jump in, double jump, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. So being really wary about his meter is really important, especially when that move comes out. So that's really important. His gimmick, obviously, Little Eddie, and then the top 3 normals. Definitely, I put this at number 1. Look at how far it goes, and it's super fast, and it covers a lot of space.
Right.
So even like people that kind of like jump a little bit or hop at him, like it'll tag them. And even at the round start, it hits people at round start. It's really good.
Oh yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so really good, pretty common opening option for most Eddie players or Zato players. And then another really good one, Shark.
Oh, does he actually say Shark?
I think he does.
Yeah, I can hear it. Wow, I didn't even know. Yeah, so if you do it early, if you predict their jump, oh dang.
Oh wow.
Okay, Venom. Sorry, jumping a heavy slash.
And then you'll see people that convert like that. Or something like that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but they'll do that drill and then extend the time that their hit's done, basically. So really good. I've seen that happen. So really good anti-air. Yeah, it's not easy to beat for sure.
You really have to have like a Venom jump H to do it. But you see how if you're ready for the jump, a lot of times you just hit them before they hit their button. I have to consciously hit the button super early in my jump, and if I do that, like don't touch a button. If I hit it at that timing, I can't even hit him while he's crouching. Right.
So most people are gonna look to hit me.
Right, like really late, like this. So if you know that,
anything hits Shark, and then I get that.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Okay.
Another one, jump kick. So really useful for his mix-ups, like you've seen. I've seen people start using this now. Like they'll do jump slash and
get you to crouch in between or something like that, right?
Or something like that. I don't know. Like, and then they could like do another jump or something like that. So it's really good.
I can. Let me do the double jump kick mix up. So basically, if they're blocking the drill, you can actually do. Oops. Let's do this. Like you can control him because the double jump is flying like that. So what you do right away. Oops! I turned him back into a training dummy. So what you do is you actually jump cancel it into immediately down fly.
So up down or something.
Yeah. Like that, basically.
So it becomes a double overhead when you're.
Yeah. So if you can even get it to combo. It's fast enough, but that's basically how you do that. So you can actually get a double overhead. So while you're blocking stuff and he jumps at you, you have to really be conscious if he's gonna go for that double overhead or if he's just gonna land and do it and then just start hitting you low like that. So.
Yeah. So it's really powerful for those mix-ups. Mm-hmm. So it's probably one of his best jump-ins because it's just it hits a really good angle, and it's relatively fast. So
Puru is the jump kick pro rating now new to 1.1. He says that you don't want to do it as often anymore, but it's still a good way to get.
Yeah, I mean it's up. Like the main job for Zato is that you want to open them up and just knock them down to, set them up for the unblockables or like just basically stay at advantage. I mean, that's how you win with him.
Right.
You stay at advantage, and by doing that, you open them up or you keep them in block stun. So, I mean, like opting for this instead, it kind of kills the speed of the mix-up. So that's why a lot of people I don't really see a lot of Zato players go for that over the jump kick.
Oh, so some people are saying use jump kick and then jump slash or jump kick and jump punch.
Oh yeah, actually I might have seen that these days more often, but that's more high level stuff. Okay. It's like, but on the basic level, this is the easy stuff. So. Okay. So yeah, let me see.
So there you go. So, what are the best ways to use the meter?
So this break the laws, this move right here, at the time, I think when we wrote the article, it's like it was still 1.0.
Right.
But then it's still pretty good in my opinion because the fact that you're not in you can avoid a lot of things with it, and you could still have a window to do the YRC. And once the YRC happens, you're like you can be at advantage wherever you decide to pop out. So it's still really good. And according to Julian, it's a Shadow Gallery.
I'm not surprised he put that in there because he does this to me all day. Oh, man.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah. And then as we probably mentioned, I mean, this is true for a lot of the characters that don't have good wake-up options. Dead angle attack is always a good option.
Dead angle, I feel like it's pretty top-notch for Eddie. Especially with how his game plan works. It's like you want to stay at advantage for as much time as possible.
Right.
So.
Okay, so what are some good B&Bs to learn?
All right, let's see if we can do these. All right, so
punch,
it's like
kick, slash, down to crouching dust into. You probably have to dash forward to do it.
Or something like that. Yeah. So with the H instead, but
to summon Eddie. So actually, if you're not dashing, then the best thing might be just to do kick slash dust. You know what I mean? Just kick slash sweep, I should say.
Oh, I can't do that actually.
Oh, really? Oh. Oh, okay. I did not know. Wait, what did you do? Oh, you have to do close slash.
Close slash, yeah.
Oh, so. Wait. 2K can't chain into close slash.
I guess so, not.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Oh, so it'd be like 2P.
Yeah, there you go.
2P close slash dot sweep.
Okay.
So that might be a little easier.
And then you launch Eddie afterwards.
And then you'll do the buzz saw.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's right. You can move that. Like, you can hold the button or something? Like. Yeah, like when he moves forward or backwards.
So that's the H version of it.
Oh, you hit H. That's right. Then you move. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a different. That's to get him forward a little safer.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and then if Eddie is out, then you'll hold on. Let me make sure you do this.
Yeah.
5P.
Basically, it's combos into crouching slash.
Oh, into the drill. Okay.
Yeah.
So if Eddie's out, you do this, and then that into that. Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So yeah.
That's a kind of a tough B&B there, but yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's like this has to be hitting. Oops. Hold on.
Yeah, you really have to get used to doing his stuff. It's really hard. But I mean, what makes it interesting, even when I was doing the trials for Zato, like at first I was like, this is impossible. I don't understand this at all. But as I figured out what I'm supposed to do and I kept practicing it, like eventually it just became second nature to do. So you just have to know what the sequences are, and again, you know, find the right people to talk to and ask questions to and stuff like that. So, okay.
Oops. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, you're gonna have to practice that.
So block strings, what you want to do is go into, I guess, 2/ into drill. Put yourself far enough.
So these two combos are like one without Eddie and then one with Eddie out already. So it's like 5p2 /
into heavy drill.
Hold on. 5p 2p that. Yeah. Or something like that.
Yeah. The tricky thing is on some characters, if you distance that right, like. Even though it's not hitting me while I'm like standing, like while I'm crouching, as soon as you move, you like turn wider and get hit by it. I've seen before. So,
it just depends on the character. Yeah. But I think if it's not, yeah. So maybe Venom's a little skinnier than normal. Yeah. So that's one to make them buy. So the reason why that there's so many hits for this block string. Mostly probably because you want to buy as much time as you can to refill any meter that you have. So it's like that's a lot of the, or maybe you want to delay them or something. But yeah, so in any case, so like you're trying to buy as much time as you can to get little Eddie back out, and then if you have this, you could like, let me see. It's so hard.
Interesting. 2/ kick 2 kick down /. Did Julian give you these combos and stuff like that? Julian,
I don't know.
Your stuff is too complicated, man. Give us simple block strings and No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So these are things that like I would have to go into training mode and see a video maybe, or like just kind of. Like your video like this, but sorry, we can't. But like you'll probably see like the other Eddie players do it, and then you just kind of. I think one tip to note is that try to guess where they're holding their buttons, and just kind of imagine, oh, how did he activate this without making this button come out? So usually it's like, where can I hide my input to make that happen. So that's kind of the fun part about watching Zato players too, or like trying to figure out things on your own. Like you can figure these things out if you really think about it. It's like, oh, if I like what I did with here. It's like if I hit the summon and I hit the kick really fast. You see my buttons right there. I can do this and I could like let it go if I don't want to have to commit to an actual kick to make it come out and stuff like that.
Just for the record. It's never fun to watch Zato. Dude, look, I'm going to tell you this right now. Zato-1, like a lot of people in the chat hate Biken, and I totally understand why they hate Biken. I learned Biken specifically because I got sick of dying to Eddie. And Biken was the only way I could fight that character. So
she's like, yeah, she's a pretty hard counter. It seems like it.
Like you can beat her up, but like good Eddies won't know how to fight you well. Great Eddies will blow up Biken anyway. But so I love Biken. That's the reason why I love Biken, because I had a real
breaks
reason
the game.
To so
free dead angles all day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
okay. So cheapest tactic.
Yeah. So it's actually more of a more advanced tactic. Really, it's the when you have this like drill unblockable. And then you'll like hit the YRC before you hit the unblockable, because it messes up their blitz input, or like maybe a DP input or a super input. So it makes it really difficult for them to be able to use it. So that's what makes it really good. So it kind of guarantees that you're gonna get the setup right. So really good tactic. So advanced strings, yeah. So he's a pretty advanced character.
Yeah. I would say he's probably one of the more advanced characters, one of the most advanced characters in the game.
Yeah, I would say he's probably the most advanced. I mean, so a lot of the stuff that you need to learn with him that are pretty advanced is like even like block strings to grab mix-ups and things like that. So like when you want to do it and like just basically learning the sequences with your hands.
Right.
A lot of the just the setups that he has. It's like like you'll do this, you'll do that, and then like have the drill, the walk eddy back to where this spot is. Put the drill there and do things like that. So like, and then like I said, like the unblockable setup. So that's part of his game plan because that's where you'll kind of make the opponent just feel like in that state of dread even more. It's like, oh my god, he hit me. Now I'm gonna eat an unblockable setup. It's gonna be like 10, 5 seconds later that I know I'm gonna get hit. And it just adds to the frustration of the player. So like putting him in that frustrated state really helps with his game plan, honestly.
I know when I play him, I get very frustrated and I stop paying attention to where the holes are. I stop paying attention to where his eddy meter is. Because I'm just like, this character!
Yeah, and these setups, these setups that come one after another that are really good, really, digs that hole that you put the players in. And it's really important for the mental game plan. So it really helps a lot. So definitely got to learn that at the higher levels. But to counter it, you got to learn where the gaps are. Not enough disrespect, I think, against Zato players for most people, because a lot of people are afraid, like, oh, if I mash, I'm gonna get counter hit. But you got to see if they're able to counter the disrespect. So that's where the ultimate level players will come in. So speaking of those types of players.
So we got Beautiful Dude, of course, who's helped us. Q.
Really, really good. I mean, I'm really impressed with Beautiful Dude, mainly also, especially for the fact that he's a pad player and plays Zato.
Oh, that's
insane, dude.
Yeah,
that's mad props, dude.
So Beautiful Dude's really good. Other American players are Q.
David Q. Yeah, I saw him at the Northwest Majors, I believe. Dude, he blew it up.
Oh, really?
When he was there. Okay. I think that's where I saw him. I was like, damn, who is this guy? And he was really, really good.
AKA is really good.
AKA Dio. It's really, really, really good.
Well, we mentioned Marlin Pie.
Marlin Pie, super good.
And then, of course, the God.
Ogawa. But apparently he didn't win the last Japanese.
At the God's Garden event, he got third, I think it was. So a lot of people were
even the gods can fall.
So there you go.
So yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of other players that we haven't mentioned. But if you guys know them in the chat, just feel free to shout them out in the chat, I guess. So.